Yeah, as I mentioned, today I will discuss about sequence diagram, how to create sequence diagram. Uh, Sequence diagram is part of interaction diagrams. In UML, we have two types of sequence diagram. The first one called collaboration diagram, the second one called sequence diagram. In star UML, the sequence diagram is stored or created inside the collaboration folder. So basically in star UML, it considers sequence diagram part of collaboration. So later we will see that. Yeah. In star UML, instead of collaboration diagram, we have a diagram called interaction. So well, kind of weird, but star UML decide to name the diagram interaction and sequence, and together both diagram is called collaboration diagrams. Anyhow, a collaboration diagram shows object, their links and messages that they exchange within a sequence of time. So basically these two diagrams, collaboration and sequence diagram, show interaction between objects and their sequence. The sequence diagram is more complex than the collaboration diagram. That's why I choose to, for this course, software design, we learn about the sequence diagram instead of collaboration diagram. Yeah. In the sequence diagram, we try to realize each use cases by modeling objects and their interaction with the means of a message passing between the objects. And inside the sequence diagram, there's also one of the important aspect in the diagram is the sequence between the message passing. Yeah. This is an example of a sequence diagram, a simple one. Yeah. Here we have an actor, a user. In the star UML later, we represent an actor as a stickman, something like this. Yeah. Here you can see that the class are represented by a rectangular. Inside the rectangular, there's only one compartment. Instead of in class diagram, we have 3 compartments. In this sequence diagram, we have only one compartment, and inside the compartment we have the class name, yeah, name of the class, and also name of the object. So that's part.
I think you are only viewing the absence code. Okay. We cannot see the.
Yes, sorry.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It is visible now.
Thank you. Thank you for the information. Yeah. So this rectangular represent an object. Yeah. Inside the object, we have the class name. This one is the class name. And we also have the object name. Those two names separated by colons. double colons. Yeah. So remember, the right one is the class name and the left one is the object name of the object. Usually actors, this one is an actor. We represent actor. We represent the actor as a stickman, like this one. Yeah, just like the one that we have in the use case diagram. Okay. Not all objects need to have object name. As you can see here, only this actor has object name. Other object does not have object name. It's okay. Object name is optional. You need to mention object name if you would like to specifically point out to specific object. For example, in the UCS, here, it says submitter clicks on insert metadata menu. So during the noun analysis, we identify that we have class menu, and then we have object of menu called insert metadata menu. Therefore, in our sequence diagram, we could create specific object insert metadata menu and name the object insert metadata menu, meaning that the message passing should go through this specific object, not the other object of menu. That's why we put the object name. Most of the time, this object, the object that has no object name, usually only has one object of that class, one instance in the system. So the system only create one object of this specific class. That's usually happen. Yeah, that's why we didn't give the name of the object. Okay, that's the object. The other part of sequence diagram is the timeline. This is the timeline, the lifetime, can also call it lifetime or timeline of the object. If you see that the object lifetime or timeline start from the beginning of the sequence diagram, it means that the object should exist before the sequence diagram started. Before the use case diagram, the use case started. It means that the object should exist before the use case diagram started. The use case started. There's also a case where an object created in the middle of sequence diagram, somewhere in the middle, like this one. It means that the object exists during the use case start running. Yeah. So it start after the use case started. We will see the example later. So this is the lifetime. And the other part of sequence diagram is the message passing. Yeah, this called message passing. The message passing can be started. A message passing could be produced from an object to another object or from an object to itself. So there's possibility that you may send message passing to yourself, to itself. An object send a message to itself. Yeah. For those object that for those messages that pass between different objects, usually it's a public method. Later we will learn about that one. And for message passing to itself, something like this. It means that we have a private method because it calls a method to itself, inside itself. Yeah, this is an example of collaboration diagram, or we also call it interaction diagram. So as I mentioned earlier, the sequence diagram is more complex than the collaboration or interaction diagram. The information reside modeled by the collaboration diagram actually also modeled by the sequence diagram. So usually during the design project design, we skip the collaboration or interaction diagram, and instead we create a set of sequence diagrams. Yeah. So basically in the collaboration diagram, we have the actor here. It's also represent an object. Yeah, it's the same. We also have message passing here and the direction. The line represent association between the object. There are three messages that I would like to point out for today. Well, not really three, there should be four later, yeah. That we will learn in this course for today. The first one, what we call by asynchronous message. Yeah. Asynchronous message. Asynchronous message is a call message where the caller waits for answer before it continues. Yeah. So we have the asynchronous message and synchronous message. The asynchronous message represented by a line, solid line with half of the arrow, like this one. Or sometimes in star UML, we have just arrow. This one is asynchronous message. The synchronous message is also represented by a solid line, but at the end, we have the triangle, solid triangle. Yeah, so this one is the asynchronous message. This one is the synchronous message. Yeah. What is the difference between the asynchronous message and the synchronous message? Here it says asynchronous message caller continues after sending the message, while synchronous message caller were blocked until the callee is ready to receive and finish with the message. Yeah, complete responding to the message. Yeah, as you can see here, we have the lifetime, and this bar, which you didn't see before, represent that the object is active. Yeah. During this time, at specific time, the object is active. It start to active until it's inactive at this point of time, the visitor. So as you can see, when the visitor press a lighted button, it says that the visitor press button, lighted button, specific lighted button, the lift request up button to a specific floor. So basically, when the visitor click the button, it press, yeah, it represented by this message. Basically, it triggers a method called press inside this button. Yeah, and the type of this message, it says asynchronous. Why? Because when visitor click or press the button, it does not wait until the lighted button finish with the process of lift request button. Yeah. So you see here that the bar that indicate the visitor is active is shorter than the bar that indicates the lighted button active. It means that the visitor, when it press the button, lighted button, then immediately the visitor is inactive at this point, while the lighted button continue active after the visitor inactive. Yeah. Why the lighted button object continue to be active? Because it has to respond to the message passing sent by the visitor, that is the press. So you see here that the visitor used the asynchronous message to trigger the action press, but the lighted button send a synchronous message to the parent class leaf system and waits until the leaf system finish with the process of visit up. As you can see that the barcode, the bar of lighted button longer than the bar of leaf system. So after the leaf system finish with this message passing, finish processing the message passing visit up, it stops and immediately the lighted button also stop, become inactive. The same with this message. Message passed by the leaf system to the leaf cage. So because this is a synchronous message, the bar of leaf system is longer than the bar in the leaf cage. Yeah, the end of the bar should be after the end of leaf cage bar, and the end of lighted button should be after the end of leaf system. Yeah, because this is a synchronous message. So asynchronous message is like you sending an email to your friend. When you send an email to your friend, you do not wait until your friend read the email and send a reply to you. So you send the email, and then immediately after you finish sending the email, you continue doing your business, doing other things, continue with your activities. You don't have to wait until your friend read the email. That's why it's called asynchronous message. Email is called asynchronous message. It is different than the voice call. When you call using WhatsApp, voice call to your friend or video call with your friend, you have to wait until your friend receive your call, and then you can start talking. Yeah, you cannot talk until your friend receive your call. Yeah, in the email, you can send your message and you don't have to wait until the message, you don't have to wait your friend to open the email. In the voice call or video call, when you call your friend, you have to wait until your friend receive your call, and then you can continue talking. Yeah. In the synchronous call, you cannot continue the next activity before the first one has been processed by the callee. Yeah, the caller cannot continue to the next step before the callee finish responding to the first message. That is the difference. Yeah. So if you have a message passing that the caller does not have to wait before the process finish, then you can use the asynchronous message, this one. But if the caller have to wait until the callee finish with the message, then you use the synchronous message. Yeah. Yeah. As you can see here, how we create the sequence diagram. Oh yeah, wait. We also have the third message. I don't have it here. Yeah. The third message is called response. Yeah. The response or return message. The return message usually accompany the synchronous message. Yeah. So if you have a message, call message, you may have a return message or response message. Yeah. Usually designer ignore this type of message if and only if the return message does not contain any information, like this one. When visit up, there is actually a return message, but because there is no information sent by the callee back to the caller, so usually designer ignore return message like this one. But if you have a message that require the callee to send an information, then usually you show the return message. An example of such synchronous message that we require the return message to be drawn is if you have a message, let's say you have like this one. And the name of the message is get name. Yeah, if you have get name as a synchronous message, yeah, and then for this kind of synchronous message, you require the return message to be drawn. Yeah, and you mentioned that the return message return name. So this get name return a value called name, parameter called name. So this is the third message. Another message is what we call by create. If you have a leaf cage, and then during this process, of message visit, it requires to create an object, another object. Let's say object X, object of class X. Yeah. For this type of message, we add create message, what we call by create message. It use a dash line with an arrow and stereotype create. So you learn at least 4 types of messages that you could use for your assignment. That is creating the sequence diagram. Yeah, the first one asynchronous message, the second one synchronous message, the third one return call or return message or response, and the fourth one is create. Yeah. Okay. Next. Looking back to the 3 stereotypes, yeah, we have 3 stereotypes: the boundary class, the control class, and the entity class. So basically, the way we create the sequence of message passing would require us to analyze the use case specification document and the classes that we have created during the noun analysis and use case analysis process. Yeah, the one that we already identified whether the class is boundary, control, or entity classes. So we straight to the StarUML and we learn how to create the sequence diagram. So we will do learning by example. Assuming that I have the system called IRCI, research graph. This is the context diagram that I have for the IRCI. We have 2 actors, that is submitter and the viewer, and we have 2 main use cases, the insert metadata and the search researcher. And then for the insert metadata main use case, we have this UCS document. Yeah, where the insert metadata, the detail of insert metadata use case is shown as you see in the screen. Yeah, here we have the search article extend insert metadata, and the view next result also extend the search article. Okay, and here I have the use case diagram. Yeah, insert metadata and search article, and then I have the insert metadata. It's not shown here, but as you can see here, we have the specific detail of insert metadata, search article, and view next result. Yeah. And how I can create the sequence diagram. I have already a number of classes identified during the previous process. Wait a minute, yeah. Okay, sorry for the interruption. We have the classes already identified from the previous process. I have this a number of classes here. Yeah, and I have front page, text field, button as a boundary, and I have article entity. I also have a number of controller here. Yeah, article controller, search article controller, and other boundary and entity class. Yeah. Okay, what should I do? First, I create the diagrams. I add diagrams and I choose sequence diagram. When we create add a new sequence diagram, as you can see, the star UML create a new folder called, the default name is collaboration 3. So you should change the collaboration to the name of the main use case. In this case is insert metadata. Yeah. And then inside the insert metadata, you have another folder called interaction 1 and sequence diagram 1. Yeah. You can have, you can create a number of collaboration diagram. My recommendation is for each main use case, you create one collaboration folder like this one. Yeah. So create one collaboration, and then inside the collaboration, we can create sequence diagram that we require to realize that specific main use cases. Yeah. Let's start with the main use cases. We have the insert metadata. Here, I will create also, I will rename the sequence diagram, the first sequence diagram that we have created, into insert metadata sequence diagram, this one. So insert metadata SD, yeah, dash SD. And then I have this insert metadata sequence diagram ready, the worksheet ready for me to create the sequence diagram. And then the first thing that we would like to add into the sequence diagram is the actor. Because this is the insert metadata sequence diagram, so I have to refer to the insert metadata UCS. The one that I will refer to for the first diagram is the basic flow. So I would like to model a sequence diagram for the basic flow. Yeah. So what I should do is I follow the step-by-step description. Here it says, in the main page, submitter click on insert metadata menu. it means that I should have an actor called submitter. So I search for submitter and I drag submitter to my worksheet here. Since the submitter object is an arbitrary object, it means that I don't care who actually the submitter. I can skip the name of the actor. Yeah, I can skip the name of the actor. Okay, and then back to the UCS. Here it says submitter clicks on insert metadata menu. In my class design, insert metadata menu is an object of menu. It means that I have to create object of menu. So I search for menu in the boundary class. Let's try to search menu. Here I have the menu. I have two menu, but this two menu is in different subsystem. Yeah, so actually it's this one. Okay. So since the submitter click on specific menu, that is the insert metadata menu, so I can create menu here. Insert metadata menu. Yeah, this is the name. Insert metadata menu. I can also make it shorter. Next one. Yeah. Okay, so I have the two objects on my sequence diagram, and according to the stereotypes, the actor interact with the boundary class of the system. In this case, the actor is submitter and the boundary class is a menu. And the way the submitter send the message to the menu should be an asynchronous message, yeah, because the submitter, when click something, he does not have to wait until the process of responding to his click finish, yeah. It should be an asynchronous message, yeah. So I choose the asynchronous message, and then I draw the line from the caller, that is the submitter, to the callee, the object of menu. And then I can put the name of the process, this one, click. Yeah, in the star UML, it does not allow us to add the sign of a method, yeah, the click method. So just give it like that one. One other thing that you have to pay attention to, that when I add this asynchronous message from submitter to the insert metadata menu, actually in the class diagram, the system also update the class diagram automatically by adding a method in the menu. Method called click in the menu. Where's my this one? Yeah, the boundary should have the menu method here. Let's see. Just to make sure whether this the same class. Yeah, same class. Yeah. Yeah, you see here the system add an association in the menu. Here should add this process. Click on menu. Yeah. Next one is the system shows a form for inserting metadata. So next one, I have to add the form, inserting metadata form. Where does I have that form? Do I have it already here? Door button, boundary door, topic graph, menu, DB handle, article, detail page, progress bar, text field. Okay, I just add it because we haven't had that boundary class. Yeah, it says here the insert metadata form. Insert metadata form. I have the insert metadata form. And the form should belong to the front page as the main page. Yeah. Okay. And the form should have a text field. And also have a button. There is button. Okay, yeah. Now let's get back here. So it says that the system responds the action of the submitter when clicking the metadata menu, insert metadata menu, by showing the insert metadata form. So I have to add the insert metadata form. Where's the insert metadata form that I've just created? This one. And also because this is the only one, so I just remove the object name. Here it says that this form is shown. Yeah, Now, according to the class diagram, the insert metadata menu should belong to the front page. Where is my menu? Here. Yeah. So front page has insert metadata menu. As before, I can add an attribute called insert metadata menu. Is it the name is correct already or not? Insert meta menu. Insert meta menu. And the type is menu. And the modifier is private to the front page. Yeah. So insert metadata menu is inside the menu. And for the insert metadata main use cases, I have the article controller to handle the flow. Where is my article controller? This one. To handle the flow, it means that I should have an association between the main page and the article controller. Now, it seems that when the submitter click menu, this one, it should shows this form. So according to the previous lesson, we understand that boundary should not control the flow. The control of the flow should be done by the controller. So it means when the submitter clicks menu, it should inform the article controller, and then the article controller should order front page to show this insert metadata form. This is the flow of the process. So we have to connect between this menu to this article, and then this article to this form. Yeah. So in order the menu inform the article controller, it should inform its parent. The parent is the main page. The first step is the menu should inform the front page. Yeah. So we could have something like this one. I should have the front page. Front page. Where is the front page? This one. Also the object is removed. Object name. Could resize the object. Okay, then I could use the synchronous message according to the previous, yeah. Later we learn in the Java, actually this call is not asynchronous. This call is not synchronous but asynchronous. But assuming that we didn't know about Java implementation, so we assume that this call is a synchronous call, yeah. Insert, I name the call insert metadata menu on click. On click. because this is the name of the method, so I just put using this. Sorry.
Sir, I want to ask.
Yes.
About because insert metadata menu is an attribute, do we create a new boundary or because we cannot drag from the main class diagram?
Sorry, what do you mean?
Because insert metadata menu is an attribute. So how do we need to create a new boundary on the sequence diagram?
Yeah, you see here, the front page has a menu. One of the menu is insert metadata menu. So the class is menu.
Yes, sir. I mean, do we need to create a new the boundary for the class sequence diagram, sir? Because we haven't had the boundary for the or how do we put it or something like?
Yeah, I already show it to you. This is the object of insert metadata menu. By drawing the menu, you just select menu here, because the insert metadata menu, see here, the front page has object of menu called insert metadata menu, the one that will be clicked by the submitter in the sequence diagram. Okay, so the type of insert metadata menu, the class type of insert metadata menu is menu. So in the sequence diagram, here I just add menu from the list of class. This one, this is menu, right?
Yes, sir.
Just drag it here.
Oh.
And I rename the name of the object into insert.
Oh, I got it, sir. Okay.
Like this one. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Very clear.
Yes. Remember, sequence diagram is object, deals with object, not class. Yeah. Remember that. Sequence diagram deals with object, not class. So all of this is object, not the class. Okay. Okay. Let's continue. Now, I have the menu has informed the front page. The next step is the front page has to inform the controller. The controller is the article controller. So I add article controller from the Model Explorer. Where is my article controller? This one. Because it's the only object, I just remove the name and extend the lifetime. Yeah, and also send, it should be a synchronous message, probably the same message, insert metadata menu on click. Yeah, because actually the front page only forward the message, yeah, from the menu to the article controller. So we can have almost the same name of the method, yeah. And remember that the color bar should be longer than the callee. Yeah, because this is a synchronous message. While the asynchronous, it's okay. You can leave it like that one. Okay, then the next step is the controller decides what should be the response. So the response is the response is showing the form. So the article has to tell front page, and the front page has to tell the insert metadata form to show itself. So we add the message passing back to the front page. Show insert metadata form. And then the front page forward the message to insert metadata form show. And then it is finished. Yeah. Then I adjust the bar to make sure that the bar of the collar longer than the bar of the callee. Yeah, this is the collar, this is the bar of the callee, and then this is the bar of the callee, this is the collar. Yeah, longer. This one, and this bar is the collar, this is the bar of the callee, and then this is the bar of the collar, this is the bar of the callee. So we finish the second step. Any question? Is there any question? No? I hope it is clear. Then we can continue with the next step is submitter fills in the metadata field with the metadata articles. Yeah. So basically I have the fields inside the form. This text field, assuming that there are many text fields but for example, I only fill in specific fields here because yeah, the actor can put as many fields as possible. The designer, I mean, so I can put here text field. Where is text field? This one. Let's say the first one is title of the article. Yeah. So this is the new action from the submitter. So I put the asynchronous message from the submitter to the sorry. Be closer. And asynchronous. This one. Yeah, I type, nothing happened. Here it says just typing. And then after finish typing, I click submit button. So I have another object called submit object of button. So I choose button from the class. Where is button? This one. It is a specific button, so I name the object submit button. So I have this button and stretch the lifetime. And then I can have the asynchronous message from the actor to the object. Also click. Yeah, please pay attention that you should not have the this line cross the bar of this text field. Yeah, make sure that you have it lower. And then after the submit button, the system responds by step 4. System shows the progress information. Yeah, progress information. So here we have the button. Insert metadata has button. Yeah, the button is inside the form. So the button should inform the form should inform its parent, and then the parent inform the article controller. That's the first step, yeah, before the response. And then after article controller informed by the action of clicking submit button, it says that the article have to inform or instruct the progress information bar to show itself. Yeah. Okay. Where is the progress bar? This one. Yeah, just put here. So there should be, because progress bar is informed, then the article controller should have association with the progress bar, like this one, yeah. Yeah, if the progress bar, oh no, sorry, the progress bar is part of the front page. In my case, the progress bar is not independent window. It's just a bar under the window of front page. So it should belong to the front page like this one. So later, the article controller should inform this progress bar to start. Yeah. Okay. So how to do that? Here we have the button, and the button, the submit button, is inside the form. So we have to inform the form first. Should also we choose the synchronous and then inform the form. Yeah, I can rename the name of the action, the message, that is submit button on click. Yeah, submit button on click. And then the form forward the message to the front page, to its parent. Another synchronous message. The message is forward, so I just name the message the same as before. The submit one, and then the front page forward the message to the controller. Submit button on click. So as you can see, while the submitter click on the button, this button, this one, and then the button inform its parent, the form, and the form inform its parent, the front page, and then the front page inform the controller. This one, yeah, and as a response, the controller will make sure that the progress bar is shown. So since the progress bar is inside the front page, I add the message show progress bar. Yeah, and then I add the progress bar here. Yeah, I assume the progress bar is not exist before this process begins. So I have to create the progress bar before it started. So I add the progress bar first. Progress bar, this one. It's just arbitrary object, so I remove the name. Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, I said that the progress bar is not exist before the article controller asks the front page to show progress bar. So I have to create it first. So here I use the create message. Yeah, this one, create message. So I start from the bar here to the progress bar. Now, as you can see, it creates a create message. This one, number 12. Yeah, create a progress bar. Yeah, I can put it here. It's okay. This is the progress bar. And then after I create the progress bar, I will tell the progress bar to start. Since the progress bar should start in different thread, so it means it should be an asynchronous process because progress bar should have different thread than the main program. Yeah, so I use the asynchronous message to inform the newly object of progress bar to start itself. Start. Yeah, I use the asynchronous message. Yeah, because it should be in different thread. So when the progress bar start, the front page should not wait. It just instruct the progress bar to start, and it leaves the rest of the process to the progress bar object. Yeah? So I use the asynchronous message here. Okay. And then I continue this process, the controller, by, as a response to the message, it create a metadata article. Yeah, so it should create an entity. Here I have an entity. This one, article. I remove the object name because it's arbitrary. And then after it finishes, after this one is done, then I, sorry, wrong one. Yeah, create. I use the create to create an object of article. Yeah, first I create the object, and then I can set the field. Yeah, use this text field. Yeah. Yeah, because this text field is in the form, of course, then I have to get the field from front page and from the text and from the text field. So first I get title. From the message, and then get, sorry, article title here, and then the front page as the form, the same message, get article title, and then front page call the text field get text. Yeah, because in text field we have method get text. Now here we introduce with the third message, the return message. Yeah. So because get text require a message, return message, reply message, then we can add this reply message. The text and we can have the text here as a return. Yeah. And then also a return or reply message to the front page, and the name is article title. Yeah, and then from the front page to the controller, sorry, also a reply message, same one, article title. Yeah, after the show progress bar, then the controller get the create the article, this one, and then it gets the title of the article from the text field. Then after get the title, it sets the title of the article, set title. Yeah. Then it's after already created the article and set the necessary fields. Yeah, it's finished. Yeah, after it's finished, like this one, yeah. You can see here the show progress bar. We have to inform the progress bar to stop. So sending another message, stop progress bar, because it's already finished created the article, and then the front page send an asynchronous message to the progress bar. Wait, I have to the progress bar stop. Yeah. Ask the progress bar to stop using asynchronous message. And I add here longer. It's the time when the progress bar start and then it stops. Yeah. And then after the progress bar stops, it says that the next one is after it is done, the system shows a message submission is completed. So it has a message shown. Let's see what type of class that handles the message. Does it has a message dialog box or something? Front page article. No, so I have to add one here. I assume it's a dialog box. So I can create another class called dialog box. In Java, dialog box is a window. So assuming that I would like to have direct control to the dialog box from the controller. So I draw the control here. And then add the dialog box. Where is the dialog box? This one here. And then first I have create the object of dialog box because the dialog box are just created just after the instruction to stop the progress bar. Yeah, so it should be here. So I create the dialog box. Create the dialog box. And then after I create the dialog box, this one, and then I set the message, set message, yeah, because I need the dialog box to show specific message, that is this one, as a parameter. Submission is completed. So I set the message like this one. I zoom in so you can see. Yeah, set the message with an argument or parameter. So I need to send an argument. This one, yeah. So I set the specific message in the argument. So here, you see that I set message with specific message to the dialog box. I remove the object name. Yeah. So it's created, set the message, and then after set the message, I instruct the dialog box to show itself. Show. And the bar should be longer. Yeah. This one is shorter. Sorry. This bar show. Okay. Now I have the message shown here, this part, number 4. And then after a few seconds, the system returns to the main page. So it means that I should have, instead of synchronous message, I should have asynchronous message, yeah, because the dialog box should be closed within a certain second, yeah, maybe 5 seconds, 2 seconds. So I need to send a synchronous message to the show, yeah, probably with a specific amount of time. So I also add time to as the argument. And then I don't have to wait because it's asynchronous message, yeah. Okay, then the last step is to correct the bar. This bar should be longer than the collie, and this bar should be longer than the collie. Because it is a synchronous message. Now we finish the basic flow. Any question? Is there any question from any of you?
Maybe, sir, I want to ask about the rule of communication, sir.
Yes.
From the previous course, actually, we are forbidden from like sending a message from boundary to boundary and boundary to entity, sir. Is it allowed or?
Yeah, no, not sending the message, but controlling the flow.
Oh.
For example, this one. In the UCS here, it says that when metadata menu is clicked, the form insert metadata is shown. Yeah, this too is a boundary in the same, under the same class, that is the front page. Yeah, this is the menu, insert metadata menu, and this is the form. So what is not allowed is when you click menu and then the menu instruct the insert metadata form to show itself. That is not allowed. So you have to let the controller controls the flow. So when a menu has been clicked, it informs the front page and then inform the controller. Then the controller decides what should be done. And according to the controller, it should show the metadata form. So it informs the front page to instruct the insert metadata form to be shown. This is the correct way. The incorrect way is when the menu is clicked, then the menu instruct the front page to show the insert metadata form. This is not the. I change the color to blue. The blue one is not correct. From boundary to boundary. Is that clear, Gilbert?
Okay, sir.
Oh,
Okay.
Aldi or some, what's the name?
Aldi, sir. It's clear, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? Is there any other question?
So, sir, I want to ask,
Okay.
when do we specifically use the reply message, sir? So, because I didn't get it. Because I didn't get it before, sir, the reply message.
Yes, this is the example of reply message. You see here, this one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. According to the sequence, after the submitter click the submit button, the system will inform the submitter right after the metadata has been submitted. So it means there should be a process in the background where the metadata articles entered by the submitter should be stored in somewhere, probably the database. Yeah. Now,
Yes.
to do that, the submitter, the controller, first create the object of article that needs to be saved. The metadata article. This is the object. It first create the object, and then it requires to be the metadata of the article should be added to the object of article. Some of the metadata of article is title, description, authors, publication year. Yeah, all of this field is in the text field inside the form. I just show you one example, the article title. This one. It should be inside the form. So if I put it here, I can add the attributes. Attributes of insert metadata. One of the attributes is article title. This one, yeah, the article title. Article title has a type of add attribute article title, and the type should be text field. Beside the article title, boundary also has another attribute. For example, another is publication date. It's also a text field. Yeah, so this publication date, this article title is a text field. It's a boundary, yeah. It's not a data. It's a boundary inside the form that contains text. So the controller here, when create the article, it requires those texts from the form to be stored in this object. So first, what the article do, it asks the respective text field, to get the text contained in the text field. For example, it should ask the article title text field for the article title of the article. Yeah, so the controller first get article title, this one, to the parent. The parent is the front page, and then the front page asks the form, and the form asks the text field. Because it requires a return value, getText should return a text. That's why I add here a reply message or return message. Because I define that there should be a return value for this synchronous message. Yeah. So when should we use the reply message? Is when you declare that a synchronous message should return a return value. Yeah. So if you declare that the synchronous message does not require a return message, then you don't have to draw the reply message. But if you declare that, if you decide that the synchronous message should return a return value, then you add the reply message. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. So it's for the synchronous.
Yeah, it's for the synchronous message, not for the asynchronous. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's very clear, sir.
Yeah. Asynchronous message usually a comment, yeah, not a query. You remember in the class anatomy, I show you that there's two types of method. The first one is comment. The second one is query. Comment does not require return value. Query requires return value.
Yes.
So usually the asynchronous message is a comment. Usually, yeah. So that's why return value only accompany synchronous message, because synchronous message can have either comment or query method. This is an example of query method. Get text, get article title, get article title. This is an example of query. Yeah, this one set title is an example of a comment. It does not require a reply message. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any other question before we continue with the code, the implementation? So your next assignment is creating the sequence diagram. Yeah. For this week, only create sequence diagram for the basic flow. So if you have 4 main use cases for this week, you only require to create 4 sequence diagram for this week. Yeah. Later we will see that we need to create another sequence diagram. But this week only the basic flow. Okay, I will put the group assignment, add the group assignment to the my e-test classroom. For this assignment, it requires 2 weeks, but I would like to have a feedback session next week to give you a chance to check and to confirm whether your design is correct or not. Yeah, next week. Now, if there's no other question, I would like to move on to the next aspect of software design. There is the software implementation, where we code the classes that we have designed and also the sequence diagram that we have created. Yeah. For this week, we only focus on creating classes from the class diagram, not the sequence diagram. Yeah, not yet. Like it will be done in the coming weeks. Okay, so let's open the IDE, the Java programming IDE. In my case, I use the NetBeans IDE. Yeah. Now the assignment is first to create a project. Yeah, how to create a project in NetBeans? Yeah, in Eclipse you can create almost similar way. First, you click File and New Project, and then the system shows the new project window like this one, and then we should select what type of project that we would like to create. For our assignment, I would like to create the desktop application. So I need to choose the Java and Java application. Java application type of project ensure that we create a desktop application. We create the desktop application. Yeah. If we would like to create an API, then we choose the class library. Okay. Or if you would like to create a web application, we can choose different type of project. Yeah. Here in JavaFX, we also allows to create different type of project. For our assignment, we create a desktop application. That's why we choose the Java application like this one. Then next. And then here we have to fill in the name of the project. In my case, let's say I call it IRCI. Yeah? The project name is IRCI. And then it shows here the project will be installed in the folder, this folder. And use dedicated folder for storing libraries. Yeah, I just keep it. That's not really important for our course. And then I check the create main class. This is for creating a class that has main method. So we can execute the program by calling this main method. Yeah. So I just leave it like this one, create main class, and then finish. And let the NetBeans IDE prepare the environment for me. Now, as you can see, we have the project ready for us to develop further classes. Yeah. Here I have the main class here, IRCI, and then first thing first. Yeah, it says here in the class diagram that I need to have a front page. Front page is a window. Yeah. So in this diagram, in this NetBeans, I can create a class of type window. So how should I do that? I right click on the folder, project folder, and then here new, and then I don't choose class. For window, you should choose frame, G frame, this one, yeah. Choose G frame for window. In Java, if you want to create a window, you choose G frame form. Yeah, and then you name the form front page, and then finish. Now you have a window, and then you can design your window. You see here that a window should have a menu. You said you have a menu, this menu. So how should I add the menu? I right click, and in the add from template, yeah, I can add swing menu, this swing menu, and click menu bar. Okay, and then I can edit the member of the menu, assuming that this one, let's say one of the menu is article. Sorry, what was that? Insert metadata menu, ya. Insert metadata. Assuming I have this simple class. This is the object. I change the name of the object, insert metadata menu. Okay, now this is the graphical design view of the front page class. We can also see the code by clicking the source, and we can see that our class front page is an extension of GFrame. It means it's inherit any behavior of GFrame. Yeah, it is a subclass of GFrame. Here we have the constructor of the class front page. We also have some default method created by the IDE, because this is a type of GFrame. And then here we can see that we also have a main method. It says that we can execute this window. We can call the front page class immediately, and we have some method here. Now, what I would like to show you is the last part here. You see that we have the bar before I create the bar. This is the bar, J menu bar. Yeah. So the bar is this one. This is the bar. And then I have the insert metadata menu. It's this one. So insert metadata menu is an object of J menu. It's the same as what we have here. I hope this answer Mukarom. I believe it was Mukarom, right? The one who asked about this. Okay. Any question until this part? Is there any other question? Is there any question? Is it clear? Okay, if there's no question, I will continue. So front page is a window. Okay, so we also would like to create another class according to this design. We have the form, this one. Yeah, insert metadata form. The form should be inside the front page. So I create the form inside the front page. I can add here, and then let's I forget something. Yeah, about this relation. You see that front page has a composition relation with menu. So in the program, it says that the insert metadata menu is property of front page. To ensure that this insert metadata menu object is composite part of front page, the creation of this object should be done inside front page. So where is the creation? It's this one. So insert metadata menu is created inside the front page. It means the insert data metadata menu object, the existing of insert metadata menu, depends on the existing of front page. Yeah. So if you have a composition relation of an object to its parent, the creation of the object, the child object, should be inside the parent. This is the example. Yeah. Now, as I mentioned earlier, another object inside the front page is insert metadata form, and it says this is a composition. So the creation also should be done inside this metadata. Yeah, of course I can do it from here, new, and J panel. For form is J panel, and then I can add the creation of J panel inside the init component part. But to make it easier, I can just add the panel inside the design. So what I should do is I add from palette, and here I can have the panel. This is the panel. Yeah, and then I rename the panel. So I can do it like this one. Then I have the panel here as an object of JPanel. Yeah. I can also create the insert metadata panel from here. Then it's an extension of the JPanel. I should change the name of the panel. Insert metadata. This is the name of an object, yeah. Here I have it as an object. Insert metadata form, object of JPanel. In this case, I create a panel that extend the JPanel JPanel class. Yeah. Well, of course, the closest implementation of insert metadata form then is this approach. Yeah. Yeah, you can have this approach. Then you have to create them inside the front page. But in Java, you can also do it like this one. You can create an object of JPanel, and then you can add more attribute inside the JPanel. In our case is then we can create the text field, a number of text fields and button. Just for an example, I can add a text field, this one. And name the text field article title text field. Okay. And I can give a default value for the text field. Then I can also add a label in the form. There is label. This one. I can also add another label to give the title of the form. And also change the property, of course, yeah, bold and type, etc. as required. And then another thing is add the button, control, button, and then change the variable name, submit button, and rename the text, submit. Now, the different implementation will show you that here we have the text field as part of the front page. Yeah, our design says should be part of the insert metadata. This is because we put the JPanel as an object. We put the insert metadata form as an object of JPanel inside the front page. So if you want to create the closest implementation of form, yeah, you create this class, then add the necessary form like before. Here I can add also the same component, submit, and also the field. Here. And another one. Yeah, etc. So create this object. So the task is you create all these classes and their property and attributes in the project Java project. You can use the NetBeans or the Eclipse for this assignment. Yeah, is it clear? Yeah, you can see this video again to help you create the project create the assignment that you were asked. Yeah, create the classes that you need to create the classes that you have in your design in NetBeans or Eclipse. Is there any question? I think we passed 16 minutes. I believe that you have another class. Yeah. I think I will end our meeting. If you have any further question, you can send your question through the WhatsApp group, and I will make sure that the presentation video available as soon as possible.